Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Will Pace, and as the Executive Director of Community Support Connections, I have the pleasure of hosting you for our first Volunteer Appreciation event. Tonight we are here to celebrate you, our dedicated volunteers who are truly at the heart of everything we do. Last year, 712 volunteers contributed more than 67,000 hours of care to over 6,600 people in Cambridge, Kitchener, North Dumfries, and Waterloo. Collectively, you realized hundreds of thousands of strategically focused units of care, maximizing impact in each of our 4 areas of service: nutrition, physical health, social well-being, and help at home. We are very fortunate to have hundreds of volunteers who work to support our clients. We have many more dedicated volunteers who have been with us for 3, 5, 10, or even 30 years. Though this year has presented many new challenges for our clients and volunteers and how we conduct our daily operations, we are delighted to welcome all of our new volunteers, including over 70 people who applied and answered the call for help at the start of this pandemic. Our staff are forever grateful for everything our volunteers do for our clients, but don't take my word for it, take it from them.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us, not only tonight but throughout the year. We endeavor to make a difference by giving the gift of independence and dignity. This year, you're the ones that made the difference.
When our kitchen sends a meal, it is not simply food. It is a home-style meal prepared with fresh ingredients by your caring hands daily. For hundreds of neighbors this year, you helped make that difference.
Independence through strength, mobility, and health is what our neighbors gain by participating in the gentle exercise classes you lead. For over 139,000 times last year, you made that difference. Thank you.
When you deliver Meals on Wheels, you are providing more than a meal. It is a source of nutrition, energy, and social connection. Over 75,000 times this year, you helped make that difference.
You take your neighbor on that medical appointment that they need. You're giving them access to care and treatment that they need. This year, 29,000 trips were made. You helped make that difference. Peace.
Whether you escort them to the store or do their shopping for them, grocery shopping for your neighbor helps them receive the food that they need. And over 1,500 times this year, you helped make that difference.
When our neighbors receive your call on the phone, a video chat, or a personal visit to their home, the barriers of social isolation are broken down. They feel the care and concern and support of their community. Over 8,000 times this year, you made that difference.
When you engage in an act of service with Community Support Connections, you are weaving a thread into a tapestry of care, envisioning a community where everyone feels at home, valued, connected, and empowered. When you raise funds through bingo, you help make that difference. When you cultivate fresh produce from our Victory Garden, you help make that difference. When you cut paper bags, apply labels, or stuff envelopes, you help make that difference.
You help make the difference in the lives of over 6,600 older adults and adults with different abilities this year. It's more than a statistic, it's a testament that the simple act of helping out a neighbor has the power to impact those living in our own backyard. Thank you all for caring for your community at home.
It is incredibly inspiring to think that each and every one of you dedicates your time to our clients out of the goodness of your hearts. That sends a very important message to the older adults and adults with different abilities that you support. The work you do removes barriers that would otherwise prevent our clients from being able to live in their own homes. We know we can never say thank you enough for your gift of time, but on behalf of the clients and staff at Community Support Connections, we sincerely thank you. Though we cannot meet in person, we extend our Volunteer Appreciation online event as a small token of our thanks for all that you do. In the evening ahead, we will have our awards ceremony to recognize service milestones. If you picked up a Volunteer Appreciation event gift bag, we will be drawing for our door prizes later in our program as well. For those of you who are eligible for an award this year and picked up a gift bag, you should already have received your award. For those who did not choose to pick up a gift bag, however, we will ensure your award gets out to you in the coming days. As you're celebrating at home, please feel free to take photos using the photo props included in your gift bag and share them on your social media channels, tagging us at CSCMOW on Twitter and using the hashtag CSCVAO. You can also leave comments in real time below the video on YouTube directly, but please note these are visible to the public.
Hi, I'm Dave Jaworski, Mayor of the City of Waterloo. I'm a proud mayor of the community that we've created together. Today, I'm extra proud because we are celebrating great volunteerism. A municipality can easily create a great physical quality of life with libraries, parks, and recreation centers. However, a community quality of life comes back to how we help our most vulnerable, how compassionate we are, how we can help each other. Now, what you'll see is that there's a sign missing right here, a little space on my shelf that I've pulled down. And I purchased this from an artist a number of years ago. And she created this, and it says, "Believe there is good in the world." And then so cool, you need to be the good. And I think really that's what we're talking about here today. You are the people who are going to be the good. And I really thank you for all the work that you've done helping out all the people in our community. And so when you're out there, I want to remind you to stay safe. Thank you all very much and congratulations.
Hi, my name's Sue Fox and I'm the Mayor of the North Dumfries, and I just want to take a few moments to thank you for all you do as volunteers. I want you to imagine this society as a black and white world. Can you imagine the lack of color and life without your volunteerism? For you are the color and the light in many people's lives. You brighten their day. You make this society flow and connect and be much more inclusive. You bring joy and you open the eyes and allow people to reach out and see as you reach out. We want to thank you so much for all that you do. You matter so much in our world, for you too do bring true light to so many. Thank you again, and please continue to keep volunteering, for you are amazing.
As a community care nurse, I remember visiting clients in their homes who had trouble cooking hearty, healthy meals. So I called in Meals on Wheels to help. I saw a huge impact of these services. When Meals on Wheels volunteers knocked at the door with a hot meal, including a side order of conversation, it was a tonic beyond anything in my medicine bag. Spirit soared, health improved, loneliness faded as friendships grew. That's what volunteering is all about, and why we're here today. Volunteering builds communities, one good deed at a time. We look out for one another. It's never been more important than today under the threat of COVID-19. On behalf of City Council and everyone in Cambridge, thank you to all the volunteers for all the wonderful things that you do every day, supporting our seniors and our vulnerable neighbors. Thank you.
As we start the awards portion of the evening, I would like to take some time to thank all of our dedicated volunteers. While we appreciate and value all volunteers that work with us, tonight we wish to formally recognize those who have achieved service milestones, as well as present a few new awards. Joining me will be more than a few members of our staff who will be presenting our awards throughout the program. I'm sure you'll be glad to see their familiar faces after so many months. First up is Chef Paula, the manager of our Meals on Wheels and Community Dining Kitchen, to present awards to those who have served with us for 3 years.
Hi everybody, on behalf of our organization, I'd like to congratulate all of our 3-year service volunteers. Adults in Motion, Cambridge, Omar Amund, Uday Anand, Steve Atkinson, Nancy Berg, Emily Brown, Pat Bryan, Cheryl Cadu, Christian Horizons 9, Trish Clark, Community Living Cambridge, Agnes Churs, Pat Cunningham, Jim DeRue, Eric Ellis, Elsie Emsley, Jeremy Fang, Carl Gallant, Sharon Healy, Deborah Hines, Joyce Irving, Sheila Lang, Peter Lawler, Brian Linka, Gareth Mason, Yana Mazurek, Elaine McNaughton, Marilyn Milcreast, mother and daughter duo Betty Rion and Michelle Rion, Verlyn Roette, Kathleen Sheehy, Nadine Simpson, Jacob Taylor, Sheldon Zarulnik, Anna Zerdonk, Lisa Voisin, Dorothy Weaver and her husband Larry, and Jillian Woolner. Congratulations, everybody. Now Andrew from our scheduling team will present the awards to those who have achieved 5 years of service.
Thanks, Paula. We're fortunate to have all of you on our team supporting our community. Congratulations to Susan Armstrong, Jean-Pierre and Judy Arnaud, Janet Babcock, Neil Baird, Willie Bowerin, Lorna Bean, Anil and his wife Kiran Betty, Cassie Bott, Wib Brown, Glenn Caswell, Lori Clausey, Steve Duvall, Brendan Duncan, Rudy Enter, Jane Hamill, Daniel Higgins, Kristen Higgins, Carly Hills, Lindsay King, Janet Kitts, Ian Lang, Michael Locke, Aaron Longhurst, Cheryl Lee, Alex McDougall, Carol Mitchell, Chris Mower, Alyssa Mole, Salim Muzaffar, Andrew Piran, Susan Perfect, Shirley Oswald, Richard Trottier, Roy Young, Jonathan Young. Next, another member of our kitchen team, our dishwasher Cassie, will present the awards to those with a decade of service.
Thanks, Andrew, and thanks to all who have achieved this milestone. Ebert Aves, Carol Burnside, Peggy Clale, Donna Farrell, Maggie Horsberg, Luella Keynes, Gail Cargis, Rosie Kellendonk and her daughter Marlene Stewart, Gardeep Mamak, Ruth Ann Moser, Beverly Porter, Shirley Stubing, Kate Van Devet. Congratulations. I would now like to welcome Donna from our team of Community Connectors to announce the 15-year award winners.
Thank you, Cassie. Working directly with clients, I've seen firsthand the difference that volunteers like you make in their lives. Thank you for 15 years of caring for our community at home. Mark Buckles, Bob Fraser, Barbara Hanna, Hilda Krotz and her husband John Krotz, Timothy Luckhurst, Javier Perez, and Dennis Settle. Ashlyn now joins us to present awards to those with 2 decades of service on behalf of our exercise and falls prevention team.
Thank you, Donna. We are continually amazed by the dedication of our long-serving volunteers like you. Congratulations to those who have achieved 20 years of service. Glenn Baird.
I know that it's helping people stay in their homes longer, and I really enjoyed it when I was delivering, so I could talk to the people, because that's probably the only one they see all day to talk to that.
Lita Gonzalez.
Thanks for volunteering with us.
Thank you. For me, it's a big deal to deal with everyone. I enjoy it, I like it, and I will continue until I am healthy.
Bob Kerr.
The appreciation of the clients. I think it's great that they are able to stay in their own homes and have meals delivered, and you make friends.
Yeah.
So I like that as well.
George Lee.
Here to deliver your gift.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so very much for 20 years of service. It's been amazing.
Jerry Mayick.
People are interesting. They're very interesting. Some of these, the topics they bring up and how much knowledge they really know. And it's interesting because they're a few years older than I am. So it's nice to hear what their perspective is on things that are happening.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Donald Martin.
Oh, I don't know, just to be able to help out, and especially some of the people that aren't able to drive and whatever themselves. So.
Steve Montague. Chris Sebastian.
Well, I enjoyed talking to the people, and it's nice when they are friendly and are grateful for us coming.
I would now like to introduce our Meals on Wheels assistant, Hanadi, who will recognize those who have given a quarter-century of service.
Thanks, Ashlyn. These volunteers continue to be an inspiration to all of us at Community Support Connections. Thank you for all that you have done over the last 25 years. John Brown, who has volunteered for a variety of programs, as well as in support in our fundraising event over the years.
Eileen was a very special client to me, and there was one particular incident where it was her birthday at the day program, and I'd driven her there in the morning and picked her up in the afternoon, and when we got to her house, she insisted that I come in because she wanted me to have some of the cake that they had sent home with her. Now Eileen was blind, legally, and when we went into her kitchen, she had everything laid out from the morning before, from the morning of that day. Everything was laid out there for me to cut a couple of nice pieces of cake for myself and my wife and to take home. And you can't understand how much a volunteer would appreciate something like that. About 11 months later, that was Eileen's 99th birthday. About 11 months later, Eileen passed away, and I decided that I would go to her visitation. And as I knew the son and daughter, and I offered condolences, and as they introduced along the line, every person, down to great-great-grandchildren, said, "Oh, you were her driver. She talked about you all the time."
Ida and Vincent Francis, who brighten the spirit of the clients on their route, offering a warm smile and a friendly demeanor with every delivery, creating a positive client experience. We love hearing from our clients who calls in to say how much they've made their day. The couple has completed more than 400 routes in their 10 years alone.
I had my own real estate company at one time, and as I went around, interviewing, meeting clients, I became aware of the need, and I was able to see that there was such a cross-section of people who either needed or at least wanted some sort of assistance, which your organization was able to provide. Yeah. So that's how we started. Ida joined me maybe a few years after that. and we've been thrilled to be of service for the number of years we're on the road.
Beth and Gary Grove, who have just retired after delivering for 25 years. Always willing to help out in various ways, especially taking over routes while other volunteers are away or on their winter when extra coverage is required. They've completed 1,068 routes, delivering more than 10,000 meals, adding up their time to 2,100 hours, which is equal to working more than a year in full-time job. And finally, I would like to introduce our Director of Operation, Natalie, who has been here for over 21 years herself.
To wrap up our Service Milestone Awards, we want to take time to recognize two remarkable volunteers who have been volunteering for 30 years. Ted Scarf and Jeff Holland have been delivering Meals on Wheels for 30 years. They started with Ted's Realty Brokerage, where a different volunteer would come and deliver meals every week. And Ted and Jeff have actually done it for 30 years. So Ted's favorite part of delivering Meals on Wheels, he shared with us, is when he gets to give a birthday cupcake to a client, because it reminds him that he has actually helped to keep that client in their home for another year. Ted and Jeff have a competitive spirit, and so they will sometimes find out from a client that actually the other person is their favorite volunteer. So they'll show up and the client will say, "Oh, where's Ted? I like to see Ted." And Jeff laughs because he's like, this person doesn't know that I've been in business with this person. He's been my partner for 30 years. So they get a kick out of that.
We had a girl in our office, Brigida Weber Adrian, and she somehow got on I think she was the director of Meals on Wheels. I think she was helping them somehow relocate or something, and she said, we should get involved. So she approached the people in the office, and we ended up getting 5 or 6 of us together that all agreed we'd start.
Well, I think the need, first of all, is very consistent, and the appreciation from the clients, just absolutely, without a doubt, they really do appreciate us being there and little conversation.
Everybody's got a little story that they tell, and I always try every time on the route to try to talk to at least one person that day to find out how their day is going.
When you leave your route, it is uplifting. It's just far and above away from personally helping people that your relatives or your neighbors, and yet at the same time the appreciation is there, and the people themselves.
One day I looked at my list, and it turned out it was a lady that had been one of my billets when I was with Kitchener Rangers. Here, she gave us such beautiful meals. She was a Mennonite lady, and she had the best food you've ever eaten. And here I am returning the favor.
Since Ted and Jeff started, we have had other groups join us as Adopt a Rope partners. We've also had other groups come to help us to volunteer in the kitchen and in our garden. We also want to take time to recognize those groups and the contributions that they've made. And they include Adults in Motion, Brick & Co. Restorations, Christian Horizons, Houses 4, 7, and 9, Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, Clarion Medical Technologies, Faro, Kitchener-Waterloo Community Foundation, MTE Consultants Inc., Royal LePage Wool Realty, Scarf Realty Limited, Social Venture Partners, and Sun Life. Now, in addition to awarding our service milestones, our volunteer team Jody and Heidi also want to present a series of awards for accomplishments from our volunteers this past year.
Thanks so much, Natalie. New this year, we have some fun awards highlighting the in-year achievements of some of our new and longer-term volunteers. Up first is the Most Rides Provided Award, which goes to Keith Schott for more than 550 rides this year. This is pretty impressive considering 550 rides for only about 7 months, as transportation volunteers have been providing rides since COVID started. The transportation program wouldn't be successful without our amazing volunteers getting clients to important medical appointments, to the hospital, the lab, and so much more. Our volunteers each provide hundreds of rides each year.
Rounding out our top 10 ride providers this year are Joe Ruka, Dorota Vordichuk-Steckler, Dennis Marcotte, Vi Williamson, Carl Gallant, John Brown, Pat Berg, Dave Krupp, and Neil Bard.
Next, let's take a look at our shopping program. The award for the most shops provided goes to Charlotte McCutcheon. Honorable mentions include Cal Claker, Marilyn Milcreast, Samantha Goodman, and Sharon Healy. With the help of our incredible shopping volunteers, we were able to provide over 1,500 shops the past year. We can't thank them enough for allowing our clients to have the access to basic nutrition that they need.
Speaking of nutrition, let's move on to our Meals on Wheels program. This essential program could not run without our amazing volunteers. They make it more than just a meal. They offer a smile and a safety check for some of our most vulnerable neighbors, providing reassurance to their families and friends. First, let's look at our Kitchener-Waterloo Meals on Wheels drivers. The award for most routes delivered goes to Mary Patterson, who delivered 159 routes this past year. That's delivering approximately 2,000 meals. Honorable mentions include Keith Bowman, husband and wife duo Keith and Peggy Schott, Joyce Irving, one of our community partners Christian Horizons 9, and Ken Shady. The 6 of them delivered more than 630 routes last year. That's about the equivalent distance of driving across Canada twice.
Next, moving across the map to Cambridge. The award for most routes delivered in Cambridge goes to Peggy Clayle. She delivered 154 routes this past year. Peggy regularly delivers 4 days a week, but she's always quick to offer help on her only day off. Honorable mentions include Murray Jull, Grant Ferguson, and Marty Martin. These 4 volunteers have combined 40 years volunteer service. This past year, they delivered approximately 6,000 meals. Just amazing.
Every once in a while, we come across volunteers who bring something special to the table, and we have some one-of-a-kind awards to recognize their uniqueness. Up first, the May As Well Work Here Award is presented to Susan Perfect, whose dedication, reliability, and work ethic make her an invaluable team member in our kitchen. Another standout in the kitchen is Keith Crape. His hilarious but often cringe-worthy dad jokes has won him Worst Dad Jokes Award. Despite how bad they are, his positivity and comedic relief are much appreciated in the Meals on Wheels kitchen. The next award is the Exceptional Teamwork Award. These volunteers are from our exercise team and are awarded to John Zuck, Rosie Zuck, and Terry Gies. This amazing trio came together to ensure exercise classes would not be canceled. Rosie and Terry both needed to be off to rehabilitate after surgery this year, so they got Rosie's husband John trained so he could take over leading their classes. All 3 also responded to a medical emergency during one of their classes. They have been invaluable to the exercise team. Thank you, John, Rosie, and Terry. Up next is our Helping Hand Award, which goes out to Alan Martin. Alan continuously goes above and beyond and is willing to help in any capacity, all of which he does with a smile on his face. Alan spreads kindness and positivity and is an invaluable volunteer at the office. Congratulations, Alan. Our next award is for Leadership Excellence, and this award goes to Mary Patterson. Her dependability and dedication, especially during the pandemic, has made the world of difference. Mary is always quick to introduce herself to new volunteers and show them the ropes. She is an amazing ambassador of Community Support Connections. Thank you, Mary, for your outstanding guidance and extraordinary kindness. The next award is titled Not Your Average Joe Award and is awarded to Joe Ruka. We recognize his many devoted hours, extraordinary service, and dedication to our clients. His willingness to always help out in a pinch and offering to help with other programs such as delivering Meals on Wheels, sometimes 4 days a week, during the pandemic is also appreciated. Our next award is the Buzz Beater Award and is presented to Nancy Campbell. As the name implies, Nancy helped us fill routes at the very last second many times. Her positive attitude and smile make the world of difference and is much appreciated. Congratulations, Nancy.
The next award goes to a couple we call the Dream Team. This award goes to John and Emily Brown in recognition of their many devoted hours delivering Meals on Wheels together. This duo is adored by their clients and they bring a ray of sunshine when they come to visit us at the office. Congrats, John and Emily. You make a great team. Our next award is titled the Short and Sweet Award, and we're presenting this to Tammy Nelson Bull. This is an appreciation of her extraordinary service, dedication, and devotion to our clients. Tammy is really just the sweetest. She's so willing to step up in the middle of a pandemic, not only to help with Meals on Wheels, but she was quick to help with our shopping program when we were in need of volunteer shoppers. Her kindness and compassion are admirable. Thank you, Tammy. Our next award is called This Man's Got Heart Award, and this is awarded to Hartman Krug. Before the pandemic, Hartman regularly drove 1 to 2 clients every Monday. When this program was put on hold, he was one of the first people to step up to offer to help with list shopping, any day of the week. His willingness to support the shopping program during the pandemic has made a world of difference. Thank you, Hartman, for the many devoted hours you have unselfishly given to our clients. The next award recipient has made a huge impact in our community. We'd like to present Carl Neva with the Digital Influencer Award. Carl has used social media to promote and raise awareness of community support connections. His spheres of influence have been invaluable during the pandemic. Thank you, Carl. Our next award is called the Virtual Visitor Award, and this is presented to both Rudy Enter and Nadine Simpson. Rudy and Nadine's ability to adapt through the use of technology and their willingness to stay connected to provide virtual visits during the pandemic is admirable. Thank you so much for your commitment and dedication to our most isolated clients. Our next award is called You Bake the World a Better Place, and we present this to Grant Ferguson. Grant, this award is in recognition of your delicious creations. It's always a great day at the office when you walk in and there's a Tupperware filled with your famous butter tarts. Thank you, Grant. Our last one-of-a-kind award is called the Meat and Potatoes Award, and this is presented to Yasmin Manji. We would like to recognize Yasmin for her outstanding generosity and culinary creations. Yasmin regularly provided out-of-town rides to medical appointments, such as going to Toronto or London multiple times per week, and she still found the time to spoil the staff with her homemade Indian dishes. Thank you, Yasmin. And congratulations to all of our award winners. This concludes the award portions of our evening. As many of you know, our biggest fundraisers revolve around food. Now, from our very popular Taco Fest fundraiser, please welcome the event's very own mascot, Guacamole, who will draw for our door prizes for those of you who picked up your volunteer appreciation gift bag.
Hi everyone, it's me, Guacamole, the Taco Fest mascot, and now it's time to draw the door prizes. Let's just shuffle on over, and we will start. First one we have here is Charcuterie Dreams. Generously sponsored by La Fromagerie on Lexington. Let's see who gets it. This one goes to Monica Himmelman. Congratulations, Monica. Moving on, we now have the Home Spruce. This is sponsored by Beloy's and Gifted. Let's see. This one goes to Cheryl Cadieux. Congratulations. Up next, Autumn Afternoon, generously sponsored by Gifted. Judy Van Huwellingen, congratulations. Date Night. This is generously sponsored by Lento Bakes. This goes to Rachel Zeller. Congratulations, Rachel. Up next, the Barbecue Master, generously sponsored by Central Fresh Market. This one will go to Frank Shaw. Congratulations, Frank. The Car Care Capsule. This one will be awarded to Darlene Alexander. Congratulations, Darlene. Spa Night at Home, as generously sponsored by the Truth Beauty Company. This relaxing award goes to Elizabeth Siesma. Congratulations. Moving on over to the other table for our next 4 door prizes. Up first, the West Hill, sponsored by the West Hill. This one will go to Hartman Krug. Congratulations, Hartman. Some of you out here might be coffee aficionados. In that case, this one will go to one of you who happens to be Edna Bryce. Congratulations, Edna. Next up, Be Sweet, as generously sponsored by Lenjo Bakes and Sheffield Acres. This one is going to Barb Prinick Shop. Congratulations, Barb. And finally, the Creative Genius. This one will go to Gareth Mason. Congratulations to all our door prize winners. And now for a final word from our Executive Director, Will Pace.
Thank you again to all of our volunteers. We absolutely could not do all that we do without your dedication and care for our clients. We appreciate all you have done for us over the last year, especially adhering to one process change after another, as we have learned, along with the rest of the world, how best to work through this pandemic to continue to provide the essential supports our clients need. We hope you enjoyed our first Volunteer Appreciation online event and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening as well. Thank you and have a good night.